They need to be able to learn it the first time around. Okay, the very first thing I played, there was no progression. So they would have never been able to come in. Never. But, let's see, so, that's progression. So, let's say I did this. I let them know it's not over. Okay, did you hear me tell them I'm done? Come in. It was just that one beat. I went. That just let you know we're at the end of the phrase. And the drum, everybody came in. You don't have to think about it, they feel that. But that progression is simple enough to learn the first time as it goes by. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the key here is playing simple enough that they can hear something right away. Does that make sense? And thank you, Nalani, my personal cheerleader. And it's not too busy, it's not too loud. I have to be aware of my softest instrument, which on stage would be what?
Banjo.
Absolutely. I have to be aware of that. So for me to start this groove like this, is totally disrespecting and disregarding him. Right?
Yeah.
Right? So I need to be aware of who I'm jamming with. As soon as the flute hits the stage, I'm aware of that.
And they look to us to kind of be the leaders too, you know?
Yeah.
As a bass player, we're kind of supposed to be the one with the chin up, who's making like all the eye contact, and kind of like, I got this, you know what I mean? You know, you can look to me for support, you know, I have a grasp on what's going on. So a lot of times if we're kind of hiding, you know, if we're kind of under the brim of our hat and we're not making eye contact and we're staring at our feet, that don't help matters either. It's important to lay it down like that, real simple and clean.
Right.
Keep it simple, lay it down, make the pocket the main priority, leave a lot of space there. But also look around with the chin up and like, you know, identify with people on a personal level. Say, hey man, we're here, we're going to play music together. I'm with you, I got this, I'm the bass player, don't worry. I'm not going to sell you down the river, you know what I mean? I know you're playing banjo, so I'm not going to walk all over you, you know? So you have to put out that air of confidence about your position on the bandstand too.
What he said is so important. So important. I mean, to the simple point that we don't talk to each other like this, hey, Andy, how you been, man?
Right.
You know, you don't do that. We look, man, how you been, man? It's so good to see you. We smile, you look in the eye. You gotta play that way, well, you should play that way too. It doesn't mean I gotta like overly fake it or whatever, but if he's soloing, I got you, man. I got you. Because if you're playing the gig and you're playing a gig in your own little world the whole time, that's sending a big signal to the audience as well as the band members, right? That may not be the guy you want to hang out with or the girl you want to hang out a lot with. So if you're looking for a bass player or a horn player, you may not get the call. You have to play really great.
You don't have to be flamboyant, but you can be confident, you know what I mean? You can find that balance, that place where you're a confident player and you put that energy out, but you're not over the top, you know, trying to...
What's your name? In the blue?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. And what's your main instrument?
Alto sax.
Alto sax. Are you good?
I think so.
You like to think so? Okay, check that out. Now, if I went to a guy, two guys, my car is broken. And I got two choices. And I go to the first guy. And I say, hey man, I got a clutch or a starter, I'm not sure what it is. Can you fix it? And he goes, I like to think so. It's funny, isn't it? Who, you gonna go to that guy? Or the next guy, you say, can you fix it? You say, oh, yeah, I can fix it. I know what it is. Which one you going to? So let me ask you a question. What's your main instrument?
Alto sax.
Are you good?
Yes.
That's the answer. That's the answer. Now, check it out. Does anybody think he has an overinflated ego by saying yes? No. Confident.
There's nothing wrong with confidence.
Nothing.
In fact, it's infectious. And the past, players, you know, at least in my experience, people want to be around people that are confident in the way that they present their whole thing. Usually in other ways, off the stage too.
They've done studies with both sexes of what's attractive in the opposite sex. Confidence is high on the list. They don't want, most people don't want a spouse or a mate that's like not confident. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. But for some reason, we think we're supposed to say, oh, I'm not that good because I'm humble. Humble doesn't mean tell a lie. It just means you're good, but it doesn't mean I'm better than everyone else. Like if the car mechanic said, yeah, I'm better than everyone in town. Then I say, okay, you know, I might go back to the first. But if he just confidently says, sure, I can fix it.
Because there's nothing better than being a bass player when it does come your time to show out. If you have already established all the respect you could get on stage by supporting everybody else, when it comes time for you to get your time to show out and do your thing, everybody's like, let him go. You know? It's kind of like, you know, holding the reins back on a thoroughbred, you know what I mean? When you put in that discipline time and you're holding it down like that, you're putting out that energy, I got this, I'm confident, I'm the leader, you know, me and the drummer, we're leading the band, and then when it comes time for them to maybe give you a chance to shine, everyone's kind of like, you know, go for it. And the one thing also is about that is knowing when enough is enough. Like getting in and getting out when nobody gets hurt. You know, not overstaying your welcome with the bass solo.
Very true.
You could say a lot. If you could find, if I could ever find a way to say all there is to be said in, you know, 8 bars or something like that, meaning just get in, have it have a beginning, set it up, have it be grooving the whole way through, and have it climax and come out within 8 bars, and short and sweet, and right to the point, and real, with a lot of content from beginning to end. Those are the best ones. I found that in my personal experience, it's kind of like having your pants pulled down on national TV. If you stay too long, things can go south real quick, you know what I mean? Keep the groove going, and find a way to, like, have a crescendo to it, you know? And get out, because getting out is one of the most glorious parts of the whole thing. Like the whole part when you're actually soloing isn't as important as those last 1 second when you end it, and it sounds like the ending.